Yo, what's good, guys? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Should be working all good, though. Okay, so how are we all doing? Let me read the chat room. What have you guys been watching today in the markets? I'm guessing gold, right? So we are going to break down a few things, mainly going over my trade from this morning, which I was streaming London. Maybe into October we can stream London and stuff together as well. But right now, for New York, this is what we're looking for. So I had a few of these screenshots here ready because this was my thought process going into this morning. Let me change that up. I don't know why it's over there, but yeah, whatever. All right, so today I was looking at NQ to go higher. So this was the first thing I said. I was like, NQ should take these highs. So 24,041. That's literally where I was looking for this market to go into. So we got those highs. That was my target. And then again, I was still saying those highs should go. So for today, I'm still bullish. I think this high can go to like 24,068. Looks like a nice little target for this market. And then I would want to see a reversal or a retracement from this point. So into the open, I would be watching for something like this. Take out this high, and then we start to push lower. That's enough for me to short. But going into today, I was bullish. I was looking for this market to push to the upside. Once we got the run to the upside, I will be looking for some sort of short or a reversal out from over there. So let me see. Easiest target for today, though, is 24,0672. Yeah, looks pretty easy going into today. And then from there, I'd look for a point of reversal or retracement. But yeah, what are you guys watching for today? Let's see. It's probably going to be gold if I had to guess. Let me check gold actually, see what it's up to today. Gold, I mean, to be honest, doesn't look like the worst of markets. Like these two lows should go. I can't remember what I was looking for last live stream. Yeah, so we were streaming on Wednesday, right? I said I would only be looking to short gold. So it pushed higher, trades into this rejection block, but these two lows were too clean for me to be left. So once we took them out, pretty nice. But today, still, I would be waiting for, I don't know, see what 9:30 open brings, but these two lows look pretty good. Euro, oh, let me see my euro position. Let's take a look. So yeah, I'm still in that long on euro. I'm still holding for these highs. I entered around what 16171. This daily time frame looks pretty horrible though. I would just leave it alone since the Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday low. Yeah, it doesn't look the best of markets to me. Would like to see if we can start to push away, but this daily time frame looks horrible. As we've been over though, still bearish on DXY. I want to see this market run to the downside. See if we can get all of that. But going into today, took the longs to the upside. This high should easily go. Once we get the high, I want to sell this market. I'd be happier selling it. Yo, what's good, Sean? How are you doing? Are you ready to max sell NQ today? That's what we're doing here. Give me a run at 24.068 into the open. I'll be more than happy to short this market today into here. Easy run. Let me see if anything else looks pretty interesting for today. To be honest, oil's not the worst of markets, but it's always chopping. Can I check USD CHF? I don't know why you'd want to put yourself through that, my brother, but yeah, we can go through that. Like, look how horrible this market will probably give you one play 2 times a month. So it's just been stuck within this daily time frame. Even this weekly is pretty horrible, but I would still look for shorts. Like, this low looks too clean to be left. Same with DXY. I'm still looking for this downside. I don't know when it's going to give, though. Looks so boring. Trading forex, I don't know how you guys are doing it. Switch on over to futures, trade NASDAQ only, and pick up a few Guardian accounts. You're chilling. That's what I would do. And then just trade my model, your print. Yeah, this was my long actually based off today. So the 112 to 212, that's my range. So looking for high and low to be taken, right? So we took out this low. It was 3 a.m. So opened up. 3's here. Once we drop lower, all I saw was this hourly candle open and just drop immediately. So for me, I wanted to see a push higher. Then obviously we were bullish, looking for the highs. Closure above this. It's worth a long for me, looking for all those highs up there. And then just a 1 to 4. Yeah, trade forex prop. Yeah, don't be trading NQ on a forex prop. Trade with Blue Guardian. They let you have futures. You're literally watching a futures live stream. Hey, how we doing, Andrew? How we doing? I'm waiting for this final push. We should easily get this at the open. If we don't, I'll be surprised. And then we should have a pretty big regular trade now is gap. Market takes that high. It's worth a short for me. I'm only going to be trading once, even though this account can probably take up at least 4 or 5 minis. Oh, that's sick. We got Ninja and Trader 8 coming next week, so even better. And I think some of my mentorship guys are in here. They picked up a few. I don't know. Let me see if Chris is here. Bro, there is one problem with brokers. Which broker do you use for NQ? No. So it's just one broker, right? So you're just trading the CME. So you just have to buy data. So NQ U 2025. We do actually change contracts today. So options expiry. I don't think we should change contracts today. It might be next week or something. But Usually on this day, I'm looking to sell this market, but TradeOvate's coming, Ninja's coming. That's huge. We can trade on TradingView. I know a lot of you guys, it's mainly the DMs I've been getting when is TradeOvate coming. So there you go. TradeOvate's coming next week. So you excited for that? Oh no, Zero, you're in here. What are you watching for today? Same thing, the shorts. I can't buy this market. I did buy it up to here, but into New York, I'd only sell it. And that's my thing about trading, as most of you guys are starting to see, right? I can only do one thing. I'm not going to both buy and sell the market. Either I look for the upside, market takes out these highs, and then I short it. That's all I can do. Or I take a loss on the short. Let me see where I can look for potential areas of a retracement or a reversal. So 24,091. Honestly, if this market gets up to there, this is my first ideal area for a short. That's all I'd be wanting to do. But if you want to buy up this market, the easiest target is 24,068. But me personally, I'm not too interested in those longs. See what it wants to do, but NQ killed you today. What did you do? Like, to be honest, I would only look to short this market later today. The only thing I was looking for was longs to the upside. Like, don't tell me you tried shorting all of this. Your first area that you should have shorted, I mean, you can do what you like, right? But for me, I'll be watching if it was holding up this gap, then yeah, it's fair enough to short. But closure above, I'm like, nah, let me leave this market alone. Well, I am pretty bearish today, but I am bearish every day, so it doesn't really change anything. Wait, our shorts played out. When was I live? I was live on Wednesday, right? Look, as soon as I turned off the live, 11, we started to drop off. But as I said to you guys, we could only sell this day as well. Was looking for downside, and we got it very nicely. So hopefully today I can get the shorts. I'll trade with 1 mini. I'll put a limit actually here. Either it just blasts into my limit. I wouldn't mind this. I wouldn't mind selling up there. I was looking for shorts on NAS, but failed to. You sold the highs. In my opinion, I think it still should push higher, take out this high. If I'm looking to sell, I'm looking to sell it up here. I have a limit there, but I'll see if it hits it or not. Well, I'd only be looking for a run at shorts. I'm finding it difficult understanding your model. So this is basically how I trade. I don't care too much for a daily bias unless the day is a Monday or a Friday, then yeah. But so today's a Friday. So all I'm analyzing is the daily time frame. So in the back of my mind, where's Monday? So Monday made low of the week right here. And all we've done is push to the upside. So I'm looking for a high of the day to form in New York. I'm looking for some sort of retracement. So that's like in the back of my mind on a Monday and a Friday. Monday because it's start of the week, so I'm just seeing where the market can go lower to make the low or go higher to make the high. And then next thing, I'm just looking at my ranges. So this one range is from 112 to 212, looking for the high and low. It's very simple, right? So this morning, I actually wasn't on the charts at 3, but I would have taken this long from down here. It would have been either a break even or a stop, but I did end up catching the long from here to the upside. So looking for the target at that. And into today, because this market can only run out this high, or I'm looking for the high to get run out, then I'll look to short it. But ideally, I want to short it from like 24,091. Wouldn't be the worst of ideas. And either I take a loss or plays out in my favor. I don't want to do, well, I don't do the other thing. I'm very strict about how I like to approach the market. Gold's fire. I don't know. I don't know if we're watching the same thing. Like, it looks okay. I'd watch for a run at these lows, though. I'd be surprised if they leave these two lows alone. I'm actually going to reduce that a bit less. I saw an M15 reversal and rejection block. Really look promising. Might drop, but currently look like, in my opinion, yeah, I'd want to see a push higher. 24,068. It's my kind of draw for today. These lows look too good to be left, so hopefully we get them. M15. Oh, you were looking at this, I guess, but once it closes above 50%, I no longer like care for a drop off lower. Maybe it drops, maybe it doesn't, but it's a bit of maybes. Yeah, I mainly only trade New York, but if I'm looking at London, then it has to be certain things that really entice me into taking a trade. Like today, very easy draw for me because look at these highs. They're very easy for the market to get into. I'm not sure if you're there at the start of the stream, but I spoke about them, looking for a target at them. Once the market hit, I'm looking for a bit of a retracement or a reversal. So London has some, I'd say, strict criteria for me to even trade because it's a hit and miss session. Like maybe New York, well, New York, you'll probably get 3 setups a week. London, you'll probably get 2 or 3, but they're just pretty inconsistent. You might get one on Monday and then won't get one all the way till Friday. So today, closure above this is fair enough for me. But I just purely have a limit set based on how high this market can push. It's worth the risk for me. Why not? It's a Friday. TGIF. Let's see. Dow looks pretty weak going into today. I'm not sure if it's taking out those highs yet. Yeah, I was looking for Dow to open up, touch 50% of this wick. Does it, and then pushes to the upside. Do you have any other tools like indicators, or do you only trade price action? I do have a few more indicators. Like, I mainly just focus on price action, but I have indicators that statistically tell me based off like my ranges where a high and a low should form. So it kind of just gives me a bit of But don't know what to say. Just a bit of confidence to the trade. Adds a bit of juice to it. So yeah, those of you that trade London as well, my range delivered you a nice little long. We take out the low. This gap should have held up. This market fails. It's like, I don't know how many points. Let's see, like 20 points right there, or pips in the forex world. But if you can't trade forex, or if you can't trade what do you call it, currencies, well, you can just trade currency futures, which is a lot better. Dow, I'm skeptical, since to be honest, Dow's always in a world of its own. But I'm like 99% sure we should take out this high at 24,068. Yeah, so when you're trading forex, or when you're trading the cash market, so this is the futures market. When you're trading the cash market, brokers are allowed to manipulate price, change up price, or it's always going to be different across the board. But with CME or futures, everything's going to be the exact same. Yeah. To be honest, the best way to actually learn or get into futures is just buying a challenge and just trading that and learning, because as much books and stuff you can read, the best thing's going to be actually practicing and taking trades. Like, you can literally pick one up right now for 55% off. And just practice on that. NAS 100 looking better since it's so NAS 100 is the cash market, so I'm not looking at that. I'm only looking at the futures market. Yeah. But I would definitely, if you're transitioning from forex, look into like currency futures. You can just trade the individual currency, so you don't need to worry about spreads. Like, today's spread is literally zero, and you don't need to worry about getting hammered on slippage and stuff. So, there's a difference between the cash market. Yeah, there is a huge difference between the futures and the cash market. One's regulated, one's not. So if you're trading any currencies or whatever, that's why when you're trading DXY or like forex, look at the DXY futures. That tells you a lot more than just the DXY. With the futures market, you can see like everything's professional, quote unquote. So hopefully we get the run. Well, we should get the run to 24,068. Any correlations between the assets? Yeah. So NQ, YM, and ES, they're nicely correlated together. But by the way, normally I only trade 9:30 to 10. That's like my execution window. But into October and stuff, I think we're gonna do longer streams, and then I'll probably be doing them with Matt together, live trading and stuff, or some special guests like MMXM, T trades, and all that stuff is gonna be pretty fun. And then we'll be able to do the streams even longer. All right, 4 minutes until the open. I don't know, this high should go. These boxes, I actually haven't thought about it, but I can give you like a little bit of a rundown. So my philosophy behind these markets, right? Ignore that candle, but it's like one daily candle that's guaranteed to you every day. Within that daily candle, there's like time blocks of like liquidity and all of that stuff. So I'm looking for the market to take out one side to target the opposing end. So I'm just a reversal and a retracement trader. I don't care for like continuations. If a range I have, my time-based one, takes out the low and the market's bullish higher time frame, then I'm aligning my trade with the higher time frame order flow. So it's most likely to play out. But 9 times out of 10, I'm trading a reversal or a retracement. Like today, I'm trading a retracement or a reversal today. Looking for this high and then the drop off. And then we have this high to be taken. Yeah, I mean, most people that trade reversals and retracements, they just get it confused because the market will offer you a reversal or a retracement. You just don't take profit at the time that you should. Or when you should be looking for like logical areas to take profit. Like right now, if you're trading a reversal or a retracement, say this is like the 1 minute chart or something, you're looking for the market to drop down, trade into like 50%. That's like a take profit area. That's your position, and then you're out. How do I identify zones? I mean, where you look for the market to. Basically, I have an indicator that plots like these ranges, like statistically, of how far the market can react to, manipulate to, and mainly just looking for a reversal or retracement out of there. Why are you not replying to comments? I'm literally replying to them, bro. What did you say? You're a great man. What concepts I use? Appreciate it, bro. I use just time-based ranges. Got myself a first futures account. Just started trading from. Very welcome to the nicer side of trading. Any tips? I would just say have a specific time that you're going to look into the markets. Like NASDAQ, obviously, is going to play out the best during New York. So only look in New York, I would say. Focus on that and have like a certain time window that you're going to look for something to happen within the market. So like the market takes out the high or whatever aligns with a strategy, but it has to be within a certain time window. Like for me, 9:30 to 10 is my ideal time window to be in and out of this market. But other than that, you'll be good. Finally found the channel. Nice, welcome. Right, so that was the open, nearly taking out that high that we were speaking about. I don't know, this gap's still left. Upcoming news, yeah. To be honest, I like to be done with my trading before 10. So hopefully it takes out this high. I'm happy to short from here. Maybe it stops me out, maybe it doesn't. Well, that would be my only position for New York. Should easily get this run at this high though, as we wanted. See how Dow opened up. Dow opened up bearish. ES is bearish, holding an SMT. No way they're gonna let NQ hold that up. But yeah, even when I have like news at 10, I'm only looking for a short trade or be in and out of the market within the first 30 minutes anyway. So mechanically for my model, as it's taking out the high, I'd be looking for this low, but wanted to see a bit more higher. You know why I rejected that? Because there's real orders above this high. See if ES starts to push. Looks like a pretty boring open again. London doing most of the hard work. See what gold did. Still playing around. Damn. Look at Dow. Just stuck within range. See. Hey, what's going on? How are we all doing? Yeah, those of you that are just coming in, I was looking for NQ to push higher, take out this final high at 24.068, and then have a drop off to this low. So that's just like a low of my model. So if it takes out this low, I'm looking for some sort of retracement or reversal up here. So if it takes out, then I'll have to remove my limits out of this. Project X, you should get your login details through email, and you can just press log on to Project X and use the email that you signed up with. Oh, new chart. Sorry, my bad. I read it wrong. It's pretty much the same as TradingView. You just type in the symbol that you're looking for, like here, and then you just add it. So nearly closed this first 5-minute candle. I know it's not too far away from all-time highs. It should dig into them. GM long or short. I think it's just going to take the low. VS remained heavy. It's great. It's good to hear. Nice to hear. So yeah, those of you that trade my model purely mechanically, you know, this short's already given you some decent points. Final low would be this. And then that's the TP. The ES is staying. Need a fresh Discord link for your community? Okay, there we go. So that's basically my model. So those of you that were there as a TP should be out of the market. I'm going to remove my limits though, unfortunately. Didn't give it me. But yeah, that's basically it. That was the trade for today. So you guys saw me go on to live trading. I told you what my bias is for the market, what I'm looking for, and I can only do that, right? I had a limit up there, but that's why I wanted to see the market pushes up, takes all-time highs, takes out the high of my range, and targets the low. All I do every single week. And I 7 minutes into the open, like my model formed, I'm done with my day, but I just didn't get in today. I wanted a bit higher up, but mechanically, that's the play. Did any of you manage to catch that with my model? I know, but that's trading at the end of the day. I'm always never going to get exactly what I want, but over the years, I'm able to refine it. Like back in the day, I would have easily shorted this. I've been happy with it and maybe taking a loss, maybe taking a win. But I've also learned where I want to see the market exactly go into, how I want to trade it. And yeah, but you guys remember I was speaking about all of these lows as well, just being too good to be left. And hopefully we should get them, continue pushing lower. ES remains bearish. So in these live trading, yes, I'm going to take some trades, but I'm also going to tell you guys my exact bias. Like I can only do one thing from the market. So from that, you can already frame your own trades, right? You don't need to rely on me or anyone else to tell you where to enter within the market. You should be able to frame it. I've done most of the hard work teaching you these ranges. Like them alone told you should be bearish for the day. Market pushes higher, takes out, you're looking for shorts only. Same with Wednesday. Like I've only live traded with you guys 2 days. Both of the days I've given you the draw of where to look for the market, right? Wednesday we were only looking for shorts. All I wanted was this high taken. Once you take out the high, we get the shorts. Just formed way too late in the day. All right, let's see if we can get the final run. That's a shame though. I've still not gotten a trade on in this. So then my DMs just get flooded with everyone taking a trade. No, I never chase the market. That's like one thing that I would. So you see my model, right? My strategy's already played out. So that's my edge. That makes me money. That's no longer in the market. So what can I do here? I can try chasing the market, take a loss. Market plays in my favor, get in again, take a loss, and just stay in a loop. Or I can just be like, okay, it's a Friday. This same thing's going to happen again on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I could just come back again. But that mainly comes from experience within the market, understanding what to look for, how it should form, why it should do that. Like right now, I still want to see these lows get taken. They're all too clean. But we have a. I'd want to see ES remain heavy though, and Dow is just in its own world. What was the largest trading loss in futures? What key lessons? Futures. I mean, in trading in general, I lost decent amount of money, but I've also made a good amount of money. So one of the biggest approach changes that I made was only sticking to my strategy, my model. So today, my strategy tells me to only short the market. That's all I'm looking for, right? Take out the high, I could sell this market, and then I'm targeting the low of my range. Market takes out the high, I could target the low. That's me done for the day. So if I came back into this market trying to force anything else, I'm just going against something that's made me money. So I just don't go against my model. But I only ever have one bias. Like I'm not like if the market does this, I'm going to be bullish. If the market does that, I'm going to be bearish. I'm always just one bias for the day. And I don't switch them between any of that. So as you're coming into futures or you just bought an account, I would just say no, just have a strategy in a certain time window that you're going to execute, trade it, and then be done, because there's no point of sitting in front of these screens all day. Like right now, I don't like ironically I do live trading 10 to 9 to 10, right? But I only trade 9:30 to 10 a.m. That's just my window for execution, my window to trade. And I only analyze these markets basically at 9:15. Like that's where I build my bias narrative and whatever. And I just go with that for the day. It's a shame we haven't taken this high out, but I mean, it's inevitable. We do take it out. Maybe a news can help. But in terms of my model, you see high and lows taken. Now I can't do anything. But when I'm reading this market, this high looks pretty easy to go, hopefully for the news. As a newbie, what was your biggest struggle in trading and how? My biggest struggle was everyone on the internet, they were like, so there's like loads of videos on YouTube, right, of people teaching how to trade. But I was like, no one, if 95% lose and everyone's learning the same way and 5% win, why would I try and learn this approach? Like, obviously, it doesn't work. Well, for me, it didn't work. So I just sat down and started to figure out what actually repeats. I needed to come to a point of knowing exactly what to look for within the market, how it should form, how I should trade it, and how I should execute on it as well. That's pretty much it. And that's really where my trading went to a different level. Am I from the UK? Yeah, I am. Where are you guys from? So you trade on prop firm? Yeah, I trade with Blue Guardian. I also have a personal account. Sorry for being late. You might have missed some things, not gonna lie. So all I was looking for today was running this high for us to short this market to this low. Played out pretty nicely, but I wanted a bit higher. Like I wanted 24,091. Market tagged me there. I'm in a short and I'm out. So now when I look at this market, I no longer have an edge. So all I can see is for the news to pick up and do something like pushing to the upside. This 7-hour gap still holding, and this high, I don't know, this looks too clean to be left still. ES has left it. So now I'm just looking at the market from a price action standpoint. So my model's delivered, but regarding price action, this high just looks too good. Might just be a very slow grind into that move. What part of the UK? I'm up north. I'm up north. So you see, we're taking out both high and low. Now I can expect this market to push higher. Looking at NQ, like 24, like this is a double top. We should surely take these highs out. I just can't trade now because it's outside of my model. All I could have done was short this market and run to the downside. How long have I been trading? 6 years. What are we in? October? No, we're in September. Yeah, 6 years in October. Damn. I've been in this for some time. I've been in it as well to a point of knowing what Nasdaq's going to do and when it's going to be super annoying. Uh, Profitable. I started making like some how I trade. I don't trade every single month of the trading year. I only probably trade around five months of them. The rest I'm just watching the market. Just either I'm trading some evaluation account, just stacking some what do you call it accounts or capital, or I'm just having my personal account sit to the side. So when I would have good months trading, so if I do 30,000 in a month, I wouldn't touch the markets on a live or funded account for like a month or two. I'd take like a position, but it'd be very low risk just to keep the accounts active. And that's basically all I did. So first 2 years of trading were pretty went the best because I didn't know what I was doing. So I just spent all that time learning how to trade. Like 2.5 years into my journey, I had a really big month. And then from there, everything just started to snowball. I had enough capital to buy some accounts, stack some, and then over time, my strategy just came to a really good point of refinement that I knew exactly what to look for, how it should form, how I should be executing on it. And yeah, so everyone thinks you have to be profitable every single month, every single. You don't actually need to trade every single month. You don't even need to trade every single day. You just need to know the leverage of money that you do have. So if you have like a bigger day than you normally would, so say for example, you've been losing all month and you finally have a good day that brings you back to break even. For me, I wouldn't touch the rest of the month. I would just leave it off until the new month starts and I know I'm refreshed, recharged to go at it again. But you should always just sit in front of the charts though. Just watch it, know exactly what you're looking for, write it down. That's some things that most people can't teach is the experience. to trading. So it's all about perspective within these markets. So we got 10 minutes until the news. This gap is no, so you see no bodies closed within this gap. This is acting as a breakaway gap. So usually it means it wants to push lower a bit more. Get all of these lows. So we'll see how many to be honest, it depends on the day. Like I don't normally I would just be like I'm taking 2 trades for the day. So 2 trades for the day if I'm like wrong about my bias, right? So if I'm bearish on today, my first short position was up here. Market tags it, fair enough. Stops me out. I'll try short again. Stops me out, then I'm just wrong about the day. That's all I would do. But if I'm in a winning position, I usually do add on to that. So maybe 3 trades would go into that, but I don't trade every single day. Main days, I like to trade a Tuesday to Thursday. I like Fridays as well, but usually, like you see, this is Friday. Although my model formed, just pretty choppy. So I don't have a limit on how many trades I take, but I do have a limit on how many losing trades I would take in this too. It's brave use a price action read, but failing due to 2 consecutive losses. What's the advice? He's good at price action, but failing due to psychology. In my opinion, like psychology mainly just comes down to a strategy or like not having enough confidence in your trading to know. Because if you're like, there's only 2 reasons why a trader blows an account, right? It's because they went on tilt or they just couldn't accept the loss that they took. So that's only the 2 reasons. So you need to let go of the ego. If you take a loss, then that's fine. Just know if your strategy actually repeats, it's going to form again for you to trade and execute on it. So it mainly comes down to your strategy. It's not really a psychology issue. Most of the time, it comes down to a strategy issue, not having enough confidence in it and not knowing when to step away. So you see, like 9:30 to 10, that's my execution window for my model. It played out. So I'm not going to sit here all day in this market begging for it to give me a trade. How do changes in countries' interest? To be honest, I don't look into interest rate decisions anymore. I don't trade forex anymore, so I'm not really looking at fundamentals. Like fundamental analysis, of course, plays a bit of importance, but I don't know. To me, I'd rather trade price action. All countries manipulate that. Do you think? Yo, how you doing, bro? Pretty boring open we've had so far. You trade NQ? I only trade NQ, yeah. Yeah, the blueprint rate. I did manage to I picked the wrong one. If I could go if ES moved like NQ, I'd always go with ES, but it doesn't slow our market. I think so too. I mean, my model already formed, but I think there's still some unfinished business up here. I would be surprised if they left this high. It's just too. It's a double top. Like maybe the news will just send it to the upside. Gold futures, I have. I used to do it last year. Gold was pretty nice with my model and approach. Like right now, it's pushing to those highs. That was pushing. So these markets are getting in sync. So when they get in sync, they'll usually just start to rush, and then up here should be the easiest draw for this market. See what gold's up to. This market's still chopping around. This is why I stopped looking at gold, because this is the main reason. It's chopped so much now. Do you still look at gaps as breakaway? Yeah, so not every single gap is going to be a breakaway gap, but I'm always looking for specific signatures of how I define a breakaway gap. This is actually a very key in my trading. To look at. So there we go. ES is pushing. Dow started to push. Same with NQ, but with my approach, you know exactly where to take profit, or where to get in within the market, how you should be getting in. But every trader is going to be a bit different, subjective in how they like to trade. Let's see, kind of want to. I'll stick around until the news comes out, hopefully, and then we'll pick some. I think 3 giveaway winners. Let's see how the stock market did in video. I'll be opened up. Oof. High to the low. Very nice. Where's Tesla? Tesla just popped. I don't know if they had earnings this week or today. And then where's Apple? Apple's pushing. Honestly, I still have higher targets on Apple. Would want to see this market make new highs like 260 would be ideal. Most stocks are bullish today. So they're definitely holding NQ back. So I want to see what this news does, because mechanically my model formed, but this market's chopping, so it's waiting on something to be released. I want to see that what that something is. But it's a shame I didn't get my short. This was Dow's open. Pretty bad. ES is pushing. We're a slow little market today. One traded futures on Binance. Yeah, I mean, come trade NQ futures. You can even trade currency futures, right? It's literally like 55% off for you guys to start learning and trading about futures. 60% off. Even crazy. Well, that was so boring, this news event. I might be cursed. Like, that's what most of my one-on-one guys say. Every time I go live, the market always chops. So that might be the reason. I'd be surprised, though, if you guys are watching this market for the rest of the day. I'd be surprised if it left this high. Like, we should take that out. But not much impact from yen, I know. Pretty boring. So yeah, we'll pick the giveaway winners. I will quickly break down what I was looking for today, so you guys can start grasping what I'm talking about and not just like be like, oh, he's entering now, I should enter, but actually become a bit independent in trading. So like today, we have this time-based range. So 812 to 912. I'm looking for a high to target the low. It's just very simple. But today I was looking for the all-time highs to get taken. Then I'm looking for a drop off from there. So usually I'll place a limit or something the market gets into, and then I can look for a sell off. But every single day I can only do one thing. I'm not buying and selling the same market. I'm never switching my bias. It's either I'm bearish or I'm bullish. Either I take a win or I lose. That's all I do for my trading. And that's a $1 million question as well. Like, most traders sit in front of the market, they're like, where does the market want to go? Am I bullish or bearish? For me, I already have a defined draw. So the market does this, I'm going to do that. Does that, I'll do this. Usually I just put a 20-point stop loss. And then unless I'm trading, so that's what I'm trading with, like standard deviation levels. If not, then I'm looking for like a change in delivery, push to the upside, and then that's where I'll enter with like, so today's position, once we're closed above this down close candle, nice little stop of around 10 points, looking for these highs. So yeah, we'll leave this stream here, but I do believe I am cursed when it comes to live trading because the market just always decides to chop. And so if you guys do have any questions, leave it in the comments or on this live stream. So I'll pick some of the winners. We'll be live on Monday, and I think Matt's going live today at 11. So if you don't win this, you can always still win in the next one. So let me pick someone at random. All right, I'll give you one. That profile picture is quite funny. So do that. I'll give one to full send, and then Aima. All right, there you go. So that's 3 of you guys. If you guys are watching till the rest of this morning session, I'd definitely be looking for a run at this high, like 24.068. In terms of my model, hope you did gain something from it, looking for the high and low. Those giveaway winners, I don't know how you claim it. I think it's through the, what do you call it? Discord support. I'm creating a ticket. So sounds good. If you guys do have any questions, leave it in the live stream comments, and I will be back live on Monday. And Matt should be going live at 11, so you have another chance to win some accounts and everything like that. Who are the 3? I posted all of their names on the screen. So have a good weekend, and I'll speak to all of you guys on Monday.